Hi, my name's Dave. I'm 41. Just wanted to talk really kind of in this lockdown a little bit about ADHD, a little bit about my journey, where I've been, where I've come from. Just thought I'd do this over a couple of days. Today's my first video I've done. Excuse the bad hair. I normally have a hat. Well, I got diagnosed with ADHD 2 years ago when I was 39. It's been quite a journey since then. Learning really like how my life's changed, how I understand who I am, understand more about people, people understand me a bit more, and just wanted to maybe start a little vlog each day, maybe a couple a week, just to talk about ADHD and how it affects me. I don't think it's something people of my generation talk about that much. I think I'm 41. Should have been diagnosed maybe 30 years ago, but got very missed as a kid. So let me take you back. So I come from a working class background. I'm very proud of that. Born in London, born in Tottenham. Enjoyed my childhood. Went to some good schools. Didn't find school very interesting. Struggled a bit in school. Went to a couple of primary schools. My first one, St Anne's. Met some really nice people, had some good friends, but I don't know, I just didn't get on with things at the school. I wouldn't say I was the class clown, but just things I didn't get on with that well. Struggled with reading and writing a little bit. I could spell, I could add up basics, but couldn't do too much. I enjoyed reading a little bit. I was quite an avid Enid Blyton fan. Enjoyed Enid Blyton, the things Enid Blyton had written. Loved the Secret Seven. I used to have so many Secret Seven books. At one point, wanted to collect the whole lot. That's a kind of ADHD trait. Collections, things you like doing, things you like. I don't know. I like to collect things. Not always the best things. Came from an average family. Had one brother, two nice parents, two working parents, good Christian parents. Enjoyed my time. Got to about 8 and really struggled in school. Back then, ADHD wasn't really recognised so much. It was a little bit, but I didn't really know what ADHD was, and to be fair, no one had spoke to me about ADHD. I got told off for quite a few bits. Kind of cut a long story short, I thought it'd be a good idea. I'd had enough of my school. Had a teacher who picked on me. Didn't really enjoy it. So decided to go through my teacher's drawer and see what I could find. And funny enough, in my teacher's drawer, I found some matches. And so I took the matches, went to the bathroom, got some toilet paper down on a wet floor. When you're 8 years old, you don't really understand these things, and lit fire to it. This other kid came in, and eventually grasped on me. The fire went out pretty straight away. It didn't really last more than 10 seconds because it was on a wet floor. Got in a heap load of trouble. My mum got called into the school. In a way, I think my mum's got ADHD as well. That's another story for another day. And literally was pretty much going to be suspended. But at that particular time, I was really good at hiding. And we had a library, and I hid behind the chair in this library, and no one could find me. Literally, everyone was looking for me for about an hour and a half. And when you're 8 years old, it's like fantastic. But I was just scared. I was worried I was going to get in big trouble. Eventually, they found me. I think the caretaker found me in the library. It was on the top floor. I got took home. I don't really remember much around that time. My mum wasn't too well. She had some mental health problems. And at the Easter, I went to a new school. I went to Seven Sisters Junior School, which was a great junior school. I quite liked it. We didn't have to wear uniform. Everyone was so friendly, so nice. I went to Mrs. Holt's class. That was quite cool. She's probably retired by now. Really enjoyed that class. Still wasn't great at stuff. I kind of got through. I love sport though. Sport was my massive thing for me. Really enjoyed sport. Nothing but sport. I could run all the time. I was fast. I loved playing cricket, football. Wanted to be, particularly that time, wanted to be a massive. I just started supporting Liverpool, and I wanted to be in Rush. Who didn't want to be in Rush or John Barnes? And I enjoyed it. It was great. I spent a year. I had three good years there at that school until I got to year six at that school. But I didn't really like girls at that time. I had a few issues with girls. I don't think I got on very well. I don't think many boys at 11 get on with girls that well. And obviously, being an undiagnosed ADHD as well, I probably used to push the buttons a fair bit. But I always used to use my sport to run my energy off. I was part of a boys' brigade at the time, the 133 London. Big up, they're still going now. 133 Harringay, London they are. Really enjoyed all the sporting opportunities I had with them. I had so many sporting opportunities, handball, football. So I had a good kind of like out of school life. Went play schemes, did all that. Family life was good. My dad was working. My mum was at home with us, me and my brother. My grandparents didn't live that far away in London. So I used to go visit them and really enjoyed it and really enjoyed doing things like that. And then about 11 when it was like year 6, my mum said, oh well, if you don't get on well with girls, there's no point in you going to the same school as your brother. So I got sent to Holloway Boys School. Quite enjoyed it, I think, at first. Was a bit rebellious. I didn't like the way to wear blazers. Oh, who likes wearing blazers? I'm a jeans and t-shirt man. I don't like blazers at all. And really just, I did enjoy it, but I didn't at the same time. It was nice. It was a bit strict. Like we had like the head teacher, Mr. Smith, who was turned the school around. It's gone really good. It was from real bad school to real good school. He'd go through the corridor. If you miss 1 week uniform, they give you a transfer set to go to another school. And I got in with some guys there, and we kind of started bunking off with some of the year 9s. Started smoking. Oh man, back then cigarettes were like £1.10 for a pack of 10. We always used to get the Irish guys to go and get us stuff. I don't know what it was about Irish guys. There was always Irish guys near the shop, and they'd buy cigarettes and stuff. And kind of got in that crew. Enjoyed playing for the football team. Played basketball. Broke my only bone in my body I've ever broke my little finger playing basketball. I know, what a crazy thing to do. And I really enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed being at Holloway. Bunked off down Camden Down a few times with my mate Steve and his sister. That was a crazy old time. And yeah, kind of still didn't realise I had ADHD. Got on well with French actually though. I don't know why. We had a lady called Mrs. Coram. She was a good French teacher, and she used to speak French all the time. So everything you had to do, you had to speak French. Go to the toilet, you had to speak French. We had a maths teacher. Oh man, Mr. Matty. Oh wow, he was just like, I don't know what. He used to like take pencil cases out of his hair. He was an Afro-Caribbean guy, and he had sort of afro hair, and he used to really take literally like pencils, pens, protractors, rubbers, anything you needed, get it out of his hair. We had an art teacher, man. He was a bit stressed, Mr. Fiakis. He was more of an artist, I think, than an art teacher. He struggled. I don't think he got on very well. My brother was there, so I don't think he got on very well there. He didn't like a lot of the people there. I don't think he liked a lot of the students. I'll tell you my biggest highlight, yeah, back then there was a programme called Desmond's that was on Channel 4. You can catch up on it. I think it's on all 4 on highlights. It's all about barbershop. Oh man, I absolutely loved that programme. And they had the guy who played Sean, the actor. We had like summer times and people came in. I really enjoyed that. And he came in, did a chat. We had Gary, they did Minder and they revamped it, and it had Arthur Daly and the other guy. It was the younger guy, Gary someone. He came, absolutely loved it. Really enjoyed those times. Even though I was bunking off, I was getting in trouble, I got put on report. I wasn't really a bad kid. I behaved. I got on well, but then I found out my dad's job. My dad was a truck driver at the time for Marks Spencer's, and it was either take redundancy or go move up to Leicester. And I was just like, where the hell is Leicester? I've never heard of Leicester. My dad was from Nottingham originally, so he said, well, I know where Leicester is. And literally like 6 weeks before term, I'd never lived outside London. London for me was my home. My grandparents lived there, my auntie lived there, my cousin lived there, my uncle lived there. London was everything I knew. Getting on the bus, getting on the tube. 11 years old, 12 years old, that was all I knew. So in the summer of 1991, we moved up to Leicester. Man, that was a bit of a crazy move. We moved up to Leicester, and then a week later went on holiday. That was not great. Went to Great Yarmouth, and all me and my brother did was play my mum up. We did not want to go to agricultural shows. When you're like 12, 13, what do you want to do these things? And obviously being undiagnosed ADHD at the time, there were other things obviously going on with me and my brother, messing around being silly, but we enjoyed the holiday. But my parents, mum got stressed, and we came home a day early. And then got enrolled in a new school, New Parks Community College, which is what new college now. It's much better than when I went there. Man, they've done the buildings up so much better. And really, when I was there, it was average school. Uniform weren't great. Enjoyed. I had some good friends. My friend Paul. I was friends with him a long time there. But my first day, I remember my first day. Oh my goodness, my first day I went in there. There was this kid called Wesley Cooper. Oh, he offered me a fight, and being a new kid, I weren't going to turn it down. And so I offered a fight, and this other kid called Rob punched me. So I got punched at PE. I got offered a fight after school, and then I got told that I weren't local, because everyone up there says grass, castle, past, and I used to say pass, grass, castle, because I was from London, so it's different. Also as well, I met my best friend Paul Trostov. I met my best friend up there. We clicked so well, and I think without Paul, I don't think I would have coped with school so well. Me and him best buds for a long time, out of school after that. So so I went up to New Parks, enjoyed it. It was alright. It was average school. Didn't enjoy my first day, but hey, it's the first day to pick on the new kid. Still wasn't great. I really hated French. We had a lady called Mrs. Thompson, and I was poor at French. I was better in year 7 than I was in year 8. When I got to year 8, it was all the stuff I'd done in year 7 again. I thought, what's the point of this? And obviously being undiagnosed ADHD, my brain just couldn't cope with it. I didn't want to do it. It's boring. My attention span was short. I love sports still, so I played in the school team. I was in goal. Didn't do very well though. We used to get beat all the time, and kids used to pick on me and beat me up after. Got bullied a lot through school. But hey, I still had a good home life. I enjoyed my home life. I enjoyed church. I was still in church. My brother had left church by this time, but I still enjoyed church. I had some good friends at church. There's four or five of us at Robert Hall Baptist Church. I really enjoyed that. Had a good time there. Really enjoyed there. So year 8 wasn't too bad. Got into year 9, met some new friends. Met my mate Nicky and Lee Baxter, Nicky Withington. Still friends with them now on Facebook. Meet up with them when I can, very occasionally, because I don't live in Leicester no more. But really enjoyed it, and I had some good times there. Remember playing table tennis for the school. We had a teacher called Mr. Lou Session, who was our PE teacher, and he picked me for the table tennis team, and I still think I'm quite good now, but I was quite much better back then. I had a nice German butterfly table tennis bat and stuff. But life was a bit hard still. Didn't really understand things. The 90s, we got taught lots of things in the 90s that probably shouldn't have been taught. About smoking, drinking, stuff like that. I was quite a good kid though. I'd quit the smoking by the time I got to Leicester. So I'd give it up, because I went at this girl called Catherine Stewart, and she was just like, if you're going out with me, you're not going to smoke. And I thought, oh, fine, fair enough. And I gave up the smoking, which was much more beneficial for me. I still very much needed sport for my outlet, and looking back at things like that, I can see why I needed so much sport. Being a young man, you kind of like, I got frustrated a lot. I didn't understand things quite so right, and I couldn't quite get things right sometimes. So I enjoyed a lot of sport. Went to the youth club. Had a great youth worker called Carl Hampton, who I'm friends with now. Still, really taught me a lot about sport and youth work and how things should go. That's fantastic. Really, really, really enjoyed that. And through my school years, till I got to about, I think it was year 10 was my best year at school. I got Danny Zuko, the lead in Greece, in the school play. And to be fair, I was quite fortunate to get it. I'd got it on video and I'd learned the dance moves. But for my audition piece, sorry, I'm going to really bad. I was a massive Jason Donovan fan, which I still am now. I've seen him a couple of times. I've seen him once. Still got it, Jason, really good. And I sang 10 Good Reasons and actually thought I wasn't very good. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. But quite enjoyed that. That was great. Played Danny Zico. Absolutely loved it. I was popular at school for 1 week. So for my whole school life, it was the only week I was popular. It was so cool. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. It was probably the best week of my life at school. I was in choirs and stuff with the school. They had choirs and things, and we had Christian Union and stuff. Quite enjoyed them. Got to kind of year 11. By the time I got to year 11, actually, I'd been doing drama for a couple of years. I really enjoyed doing drama. I really enjoyed. I was part of Leicestershire Youth Arts. I tell you what, that was a massive. I learnt so much, met so many good friends. I was like 14. When I was 14, did first one we did was Taylor Two Cities, Charles Dickens. Went up to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival for a week up there. Absolutely loved it. First time away from my parents. What'd you go and do? Get a girlfriend and start smoking. Not a good idea. I do not recommend it. Fortunately, I was able to quit again. So that was good. Second year when I was 15, went and did West Side Story. Played Arab, one of the Jets. Absolutely loved that. Really, really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun, met some good friends. And the year after I did Kes for a week, Kestrel for a Knave. Had to do a Yorkshire accent. Why do you want to book when you can't even read? Quite enjoyed that actually. And also did A Slice of Saturday Night. This was my first part. I had a kind of, not a lead role, I had a solo. Oh man. I like musical theatre, but this was really, really scary. I had a solo singing about being drunk. It's a Heather Brothers musical and it's based in the 60s. I had to wear like a knitted tie and stuff. Really enjoyed it. I had such a blast for those 2 weeks. Still got some good friends from those times. Anyone want to do drama, go to see Leicester Youth Arts. They're brilliant. Really helped my confidence. And then from there, I tell you what, I had one good teacher that believed in me called Mr. Nick Butler. Tell you what, people were really nasty to him. He used to call him Bent Butler all the time. They were really horrible to him. He was a really nice teacher, but people, for some reason, because he was the drama teacher, I think they just picked on him. And I really loved doing drama. He helped me because I wanted to do an audition for Melton Mowbray College of Further Education, which is now, I think, Melton and Brooksby. And I had a great performing arts college there. They got theatre and everything. And I had to do an audition, and he really helped me because I had a bit of a lisp. I couldn't say s, because I had glue ear when I was 3. I couldn't say squash, I used to say watch. And I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was quite good. I had fun. But Nick really believed in me and really helped me get my C in GCSE, which I needed in drama. And for me, I took it really seriously because I've been doing Leicester Youth Arts. He'd been helping with that. We had such a blast, such a great time. Obviously, those times when you're young, you're learning to experience life, and I did some stupid things, as you do when you're that age.